The Subway postgame show. Served fresh by Subway restaurants.
And welcome back inside Studio 43 in a Subway post-game show. I'm James Brown alongside the full house here in the studio. Folks, we would like to let you know you can also catch us online, watch the Subway post-game show at cbssports.com. And a reminder, still to come, professional bull riding where the best cowboys and champion bulls mix it up at the San Jose Invitational, presented by Ariat. 15-15 bucking battle. That's next right here on CBS. All right, let's get you caught up on the highlights.
All right, guys, Tom Brady is back, and he's back with a vengeance today. 29 of 35, 376 yards, 3 touchdown passes right there. There's one to Gronk. Gronk in the day, 7 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. They can do so many things. LeGarrette Blount, touchdown on the ground, ran for 50 yards, and they just steamrolled the Cincinnati Bengals in the second half, 35-17.
You see the impressive numbers by Tom Brady? Well, after the game, he talked with our Evan Washburn.
Well, Tom, I know you didn't want to make this game and this return about yourself, but how would you best describe the emotions and what this game was like for you?
Well, it was a good team effort. So I thought we came out, we got to a slow start and then ended up with 35 points. So not bad.
How did that slow start challenge you in maybe wanting to have a big start and then having to be patient? And we saw it in the second half.
Well, we executed a little bit better in the second half, so I think that always helps. But, sometimes that's football, and that's why you play 60 minutes. It doesn't always come together in the first 5 minutes of the game. But it was good to just keep plugging away, and we broke some runs and made some plays in the pass game, so it's a good way to finish it off.
Lastly, this is a challenging and emotional defense. What type of challenge were they for you guys?
They're good. I mean, they got good players at every level, and then, they got a good scheme. So, they're one of the best defense in the league, and, we knew it was going to be a challenge, and it was.
Tom, thanks for taking the time.
I want to say hi to my beautiful mom at home. I love you so much. Mwah. And, Dad, I love you, too.
Well said.
Thank you.
Did he even sweat? Didn't even look like he was sweating.
I'll tell you what, you're saying about the Pittsburgh Steelers, talking about sweating. Here's Ben Roethlisberger. He's going to get picked off here. He's picked off twice on the day. And then Jay Ajayi, he had over 200 yards rushing. He's going to go 62 yards right here to cap off the day. And you talk about a shocker on any given Sunday. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers went down to Miami and got beat 30-15.
Ryan Tannehill, 24-32, 252 yards. After the game, he talked with our Chris Fisher.
Ryan, big day for you guys. Adam Gase gave you guys a gut check during the week. This type of response, is this what you were looking for?
Yeah, it was a team effort all the way around. I'm proud of the guys up front. Set the tone early in the game, able to establish a run game that lasted the whole game. Our backs ran hard and opened up some stuff down the field for us off of that. Defense came out, got turnovers, established field position, and we really played complementary football today, and that's what we were looking for.
One of those backs was Jay Ajayi, over 200 yards. Is that just a glimpse of what he's capable of doing, especially with you guys getting the offensive line back?
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, we got our starting offensive line back, got our guys healthy, and you kind of see what we can be whenever our guys are in there. And Jay had a heck of a day. He ran the ball hard all day. He has great vision. He's a strong physical back, and we look forward to more from him the rest of the year.
You guys got a lot of pressure on Ben Roethlisberger today, limiting him to points. What about the defense?
It was huge, man. We knew coming in, they were a high-powered offense, capable of putting up a ton of points, and our defense did a great job the whole day of heating him up, getting pressure on him, making him uncomfortable in the pocket, and getting those turnovers, man. Those turnovers are huge. Got field position for the offense, which we were able to turn into points.
Good luck next week against Buffalo.
Thank you.
All right, guys, Ravens at the Giants. A very entertaining game. You see Terrence West, after a highly controversial call, he punches this one from 2 yards out, 23-20, Baltimore at that point. But then Eli Manning hits Odell Beckham, and he takes it to the house. He had 8 catches today, 222 yards, and that game-winning touchdown right there. But the Baltimore Ravens, they weren't done yet, trying to get back into it. Joe Flacco throws this ball to the end zone, and it's batted down for the incomplete pass. The Giants will win this game 27-24. Eli Manning, 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, though. But just a big-time day for Eli Manning and Odell Beckham.
First 6 games of the season by the Ravens, all decided by 6 points or less. All right, folks, time now to take a look at our player of the game, presented by Auto Trader and his Giants wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr.
Well, we're going to tell you, 8 catches, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, a game-winning touchdown. As you saw, he also took his helmet off, and it's all about Odell Beckham Jr. in New York. Take a look at some of these plays he made right here. Now, this is a fumble earlier in the game, and it gave Baltimore great field position. They went on to capitalize. But honestly, very few people could stay with this guy. Even when they double team him, it creates all sorts of problems, and it also opens other guys for the Giants. It just so happened that Eli Manning was on the money today, and you can just see he's got the speed. Now, here's the thing about this that I don't like. He puts that ball in his right hand and is running up and down the field with it and not protecting that football, takes his helmet off, and there you go. And how about the instant update? Instant update. That's Dak Prescott. That's Cole Beasley, 1 yard, touchdown, as the Dallas Cowboys take a 7-0 lead over the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau.
And you know, Coach, I have to tease because, Coach, you didn't have him on his top. Boom was top 5.
Not even top 5. You're under 25.
Just calm down. All the other guys
four.
All the other guys belong there.
Put him on the list, Boom. Do what's right.
Does it? We'll step aside for a quick timeout as the Subway postgame show continues after this. Coach will have a few words.
The Subway postgame show. Served fresh by Subway restaurants.
Week 7 in the league begins with Thursday night football on CBS and NFL Network. It'll feature an NFC North Division matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers.
All right, guys, instant update right here. Scarrows tied 38-38. And Will Lutz kicks the 52-yard field goal. The New Orleans Saints will win this game over the Carolina Panthers. They got Will Lutz.
11 seconds left in regulation. All right,
you never know if I can know. Hey, how about right here? Kirk Cousins had 2 touchdowns on the day, but he threw this pick 6 right here to Malcolm Jenkins. That was returned. Got to tell you the story of the day again was the running game of the Washington Redskins. Matt Jones, 16 carries, 135 yards. And that Washington defense took Carson Wentz in that offense, held him to 239 yards, sacked Carson Wentz 5 times. And the Redskins have won 4 in a row after starting the season 0-2.
Also, they're 4 straight against Philadelphia, first time since 1987.
Hey, guys, you talk about winning 4 in a row. Is anybody hotter than the Bills right now? Colin Kaepernick is going to make his first start for the San Francisco 49ers after restructuring his contract. First half was really good. You know, he found Torrey Smith right here. He goes in for 6. And that's going to be 10-7. San Francisco's actually going to have the lead. How about LaShawn McCoy, though, on the day, 19 carries, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. Wow. Tyrod Taylor, 17-26, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 4 in a row for the Buffalo Bills. They win 45-16. Not a great second half for Colin Kaepernick.
And nobody knows Rex Ryan better than you. Your thoughts about what's happening?
Well, that's the formula, right? Anthony Lynn, he reintroduced the fullback to the game, and he's making it a physical contest. You look at Tyrod Taylor, he's only throwing the ball 20, 21 times, much like what we did with Mark Sanchez, and they're playing stifling defense and trying to wear teams down and win the game in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
And, you know, San Francisco can't stop the run. So you know this was going to be a tough game for Colin Kaepernick. The one thing I saw Monday night in Carolina, Derek Anderson was subbing in for Cam Newton, played 4 quarters. In the 4th quarter, made some crucial mistakes. Colin Kaepernick, you know, if you're not used to playing 4 quarters of football, the physical stamina, the mental stamina on the road against a team like that, very, very difficult to have a good game.
You know, for Kaepernick, he hasn't played much, but I'll tell you what, he flashed. Looks like the more he plays, I think the better he'll get.
I agree with you. I was just about to say that. Watch, this kid's going to keep getting better. And Chip Kelly and this offense, they're going places.
Too bad he's only there for a year.
Back with more in a moment.
They're going places. They're going places.
Our reminder coming up, professional bull riding. It's over-the-top matchups between the best Cowboys and champion Bulls at the San Jose Invitational presented by Ariat. 15-15 bucking battle that's coming up next right here on CBS. All right, let's take a look at the highlights there. Los Angeles Rams and Detroit.
On an exciting one, late in the game, Matthew Stafford's going to drop back and find Golden Tate, who takes it in for the 23-yard game-time score. Tate 8 for 165 on the day. And late in the game, trying to come back, Case Keenum's going to be intercepted by Raphael Bush late in the game. Matthew Stafford, 23 for 31 for 274 TDs. A clean game. But tell you what, Case Keenum wasn't bad. 27 for 32 for 321, 3 TDs. How did they lose? I don't know.
You know, the amazing thing is that the Rams can beat Seattle, but they have a hard time with everybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
go figure that out. I mean,
you're right. I mean, they're a hard team to figure out week to week. I mean, when you watch them, but you know, they're a team that has their defense can come up with big plays. Case Keenum, we keep asking for Jared Goff, but how do you take Case Keenum out when you see those kind of numbers?
Don't take him out.
And the interception is there. He's trying to win the game, or he's trying to get his team into a field goal range. It's so frustrating watching this team. This team should be better, should have a better record, and somehow they give up all those yards to Matthew Stafford.
Because they have no balance. They were up in this game, and instead of taking the air out of the game, you look at Ty Gurley today, 14 carries for 58 yards. He is an elite runner. They have to do a better job of having balance and taking the air out of the game.
Matthew Stafford has played very well since Jim Bob Cooter.
Say that one more time. Who?
You just wanted to say
Jim Bob Cooter.
Keep this in mind. All 6 of the Lions games have been decided by 7 or less. The Subway postgame show continues after this. A reminder to follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Get full games, highlights, and much more at iTunes.com/NFL. And join us on Saturday. College football action as the Home Depot SEC on CBS features a top-ranked showdown between unbeaten Texas A&M and undefeated top-ranked Alabama. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern with Auto Trader College Football Today. Now let's get an injury update on Dez Bryant from our NFL Today insider, Jason Lockenfora in the newsroom. Jason?
Well, JB, he was inactive again today with a knee injury, but I'm told he will be back after their bye week. They have full confidence that he will face the Eagles in 2 weeks. That's also when Tony Romo is expected back. And the Steelers earlier today had an injury scare. Ben Roethlisberger missed a little bit of time with a left knee. They'll continue to evaluate that, but he came back in the game. The Steelers think he'll be fine.
All right, Jason, thank you for the latest on that. All right, it's back to the highlights, Cleveland and Tennessee.
All right, how about Tennessee? DeMarco Murray is going to take this one in 3 yards out. They're going to take a 21-13 lead now. Marcus Mariota today was 17 of 24, 264 yards and 3 touchdowns. A big win for Tennessee at home against Cleveland. Cleveland fought back in the end, and you can see the nice touch by Marcus Mariota. But to no avail, they go on to win 28-26 over Cleveland. Cody Kessler had a very solid day, as well as most quarterbacks in the NFL did today. They just can't find a way to win a football game.
Unfortunately, their 9th straight loss. Bart.
And a nail-biter, Jacksonville at Chicago. Blake Bortles going to drop back, and he finds Aurelius Ben, who falls down. Get up, son. This ain't college. Who takes it all the way 51 yards to give Jacksonville the lead. Then Brian Hoyer drops back, and his pass intended for Alshon Jeffrey is broken up by Jalen Ramsey, the rookie sensation. Jacksonville wins the game 17-16. Blake Bortles 20 for 33 for 271, 1 INT, but they get the win on the road after struggling. Jacksonville.
Speaking of on the road, they're the only team to win this week so far on the road. That would be Jacksonville.
All right, guys, instant update right here. You're going to see a handoff to Christian Michael. He'll take it from 9 yards out and score the first touchdown of the game. This came after a Matt Ryan sack fumble. Seattle goes up early, 7-0.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about Seattle.
Well, I mean, I think the Seattle Seahawks, I mean, you look at them right now playing at home. They are a different team, and they're a very good defense. And for Atlanta, you know, I mean, listen, this is their 3rd straight game. I mean, they're on the road here, but they've played 3 very good football teams, Carolina, Denver, and now Seattle. Even if they lose this game, I still think the Atlanta Falcons are a team to be dealt with in the NFC.
This is a great test for the Atlanta Falcons, because I want to see if they can match the physicality. Because at the end of the day, a football game in the playoffs, if you have any aspiration to make it to the Super Bowl, it's about, can you stop 4 for 1 or can you pick up 4 for 1? I want to see these running backs commit and get those tough yards in the bank.
I'll tell you one thing. If you were a fantasy football player today and you had any one of these quarterbacks, Brady 376, Breeze 465, Stafford 270, Manning 403, Newton 322, Kessler 336. Ryan
Kessler's
Hoyer,
not on your list,
302 yards. I mean, it was just a passing fancy all day today.
Kessler didn't make your list, Bo.
What do you like about what you're seeing at your old squad?
With the Atlanta Falcons, I'm sure you're talking about them. I think right now the balance that they have with a guy like Julio, big play receiver, and then that backfield with Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, they are pretty much unstoppable right now. I don't care who they're going against; they're going to be able to move the ball.
Mohamed Sanu allows him to be the man.
All right. We're going to
Just
step
like you
aside
allowed
for a quick timeout. Back with more in the Subway postgame show after this.
Somebody has to be Robin.
You like that?
Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and the vetting of thousands of Syrians seeking refuge in America. That'll be followed by all new episodes of NCIS Los Angeles, Madam Secretary, and Elementary. That's all tonight, only CBS.
Yeah, it's an update right here. Jamal Charles' first touchdown of the year comes right there, 4 yards out. But the Kansas City Chiefs miss the extra point and lead 13-7 in a little bit of a rainstorm out in Oakland.
Hey, a couple of things, guys. The Odell Beckham Jr. penalty where he took his helmet off. I'm just reading my Twitter feed. A lot of people are like, that shouldn't have been a penalty. That shouldn't have been a penalty. Telling you, fans, that's going to be a penalty every single time. You cannot take your helmet off on the field of play or right after scoring a touchdown until you are on the sideline. It is a penalty.
The whoa, look at me.
Right, exactly. And the other thing I will say is that it is clear that Tom Brady and the offense of the New England Patriots are going to try to make a statement. And here's this penalty. You can't do this, folks. I don't care what you say. And you can't. He's also talking.
He yells at the ref right here.
Too.
Right here, he yells at the ref.
You cannot do that. That is a penalty. And fans should know that that is a penalty. And we all who were sitting here watching it, and the moment that it happened, we knew that there was going to be a 15-yard penalty assessed on it, and he almost cost his team a penalty. And then here he is talking to the net again. And he knows that he's on TV. He knows that they're going to be written about, that he's going to be written about, and there's going to be a lot of pictures tomorrow in the paper about it. But as long as you're winning, I guess people will look the other way.
Boom, the same thing that'll make you laugh and make you cry. Trust me.
Pretty much.
Who can get through to the young man? Because if he's believing all of the press clippings,
Jimmy, he's already
how big he is, huh?
He's already apologized twice. Once
but
last year after the Josh Norman incident.
But then you have this kind of action today.
And he also apologized a couple weeks ago after that old blow up.
I want 6-year-olds to look up to me.
So I don't know what he's all over the place. I mean, he's up here, he's down here. He's up here, he's down here.
So, Coach, you talk about wearing a psychologist hat. I'd love to know what you might even attempt to do in this situation.
It's one step at a time, JB, with a gun man like this. It really is. I mean, you can't sit there and come at him with all the different things. I don't think you challenge him at this point. I think the biggest thing you like to do is try to get him to understand what the visual is that he is projecting. And I think he's a great player who wants to leave a legacy. Let your legacy be what you do on the field, not what you do on the sideline.
Big game next week. Guess what? Pittsburgh and?
Pittsburgh.
New England. 425, folks. We'll see you next week.